Welcome to Live with Miami's Community News, South Florida's #1 source for local stories. I'm Michael Miller, bringing people together and sharing the voices, events, and connections that shape our community.
Cheers, guys.
That'd be true.
I'm all in to be the Miami-Dade County mayor.
That event. Tell everybody about it.
What's next? What do we have to do?
Thank you for joining us. This is Live with Miami's Community News, and I'm Michael Miller. You're going to want to pay attention to this one because we were Sandra Villaman. You are the Jungle Island ambassador.
I am.
So tell us first about Jungle Island and what it's known for, and tell us about how long you've been with the jungle and what you do.
First of all, thank you for having me on the show.
Thank you for being here.
So I am the ambassador or spokesperson for Jungle Island. Jungle Island is an adventure park. We are located on 1111 Parrot Jungle Trail. A lot of people say they drive by it, miss it, or don't know what it is. We're right across the Children's Museum. And we've been there for over 25 years. And our #1 showcase in the park are the lush trees and pathways, all of our plants, and all of the animals that we have in and surrounding the area.
So Parrot Jungle years ago was the predecessor to that.
The former is Parrot Jungle. That's correct.
And then over there, and so first of all, tell us about some of the animals that are there and why people keep going to watch the animals and, of course, the other things.
We have a lot of rare animals, rare species right now, particularly the lemur. That happens to be one of our top animals that are visited there. We also offer an animal encounter to have an up-close experience with them. We have capybara, which are very popular right now. Our beautiful flamingo, North American flamingo. Our giant Aldabra tortoises are like the OG of the park. They've been around for a long time. They're each over 100 years old.
Isn't that amazing?
Yes. And our sloths, too, are just wonderful. And we have...
They don't run away from you.
No. But I like to debunk the myth. They're not that slow.
Okay. So the camera guys just slow it down.
Yeah.
When we watch those animals, it's like they're ever so slowly, but it's not always like that.
And they're fascinating, a very peaceful animal and just very fascinating.
And so you have some events that are coming up.
We do.
Jungle Island. So
we have a lot going on. This is our peak season. We have Luminosa 2025. It's our signature event of the year. It's our 3rd year on this installation, and it is a beautiful event full of glowing lanterns, silk lanterns that are that light up at night. So this is a separate evening event at 7 o'clock. It's running now through March 7. And it showcases this illuminated voyage, if you will, takes you through the park. It starts with the Amazon rainforest into the African savanna, and then ancient Egypt, and finally the Frozen Kingdom.
So, Sandra, tell us about how many lights and how many scenes that go on during this adventure.
Probably over 40 different scenes. It takes quite a bit of lighting. These are life-size lanterns. Those are each lit up throughout the entire park. And then we have about 60,000 LED lights in and throughout the park as well.
It's an amazing process.
Yes.
Have you seen the team that put that together? Are you there like in amazement going, how do you guys and ladies do this?
Yeah, and this is a huge undertaking that takes a crew of maybe 100 to 200 people. And it takes about a year for all of this to come together. It starts off-site with sketching, the design, coming up with the ideas of what it is that we would like to do as a theme. And then from there, the sketching turns into putting all the materials together. These are silk lanterns that are made of steel bases underneath. So it takes a crew to weld all of that together in the first place and put it up on site right before the initial opening.
And you have some other things. I don't want to say jingle bells because I know it's not jingle, but tell us about this. It's called
Jungle Bell Cirque.
Oh, okay.
That's going to start December 20th. It's going to run through January 4. And this is our fun daytime show. By the way, these shows are included in the park admission. This is the 60-minute live performance that includes high energy acrobatics. It's got some comedy in it. some theatrical themes as well, and a story to it as well.
Santa Claus is going to be involved in it.
Santa Claus is
Of
going to be
course.
involved. Him and his crew are going to crash into the island, and the adventure starts there.
And so that's going to be from the 20th. So you're on
To
for
January
almost 2
4th.
weeks.
Yeah,
right?
it's going to be up on December 20th to January 4th. And it has a little bit of storytelling. It's got a messaging for our families and children out there regarding friendship, getting along with each other, helping one another. So it's a very feel-good show.
And Sandra, what time during the day does the show start?
It's probably going to be right around noon time.
Okay.
Yeah.
So what a great time when the kids are off, all right?
Yeah.
And the grandparents are wondering what to do.
Yeah.
Go head on over to the bay, right? And so if people haven't seen Jungle Island, so as you're going north and you take the causeway over to Miami Beach, it's on the left side, right? As you're going that way.
From Miami Beach, it's going to be on the right, and from downtown, it's going to be.
Yes.
Yeah.
And so there's a place where they can turn around if you're going.
There is. You can
on
make
the causeway.
You can make a U-turn.
You can make a U-turn.
First light, yeah.
And it's really an extraordinary area when you're there, and you can see all the ships that are over there, and you see the skyline of downtown Miami. Extraordinary.
Yes.
So before we get on to the other things, let's talk about the animals that are there. What side of still have birds over there?
We still have birds. A good majority are still the parrots. People are fascinated to know we have parrots along the trail. So once you're in the park, you're going to be walking through shaded pathways and trails. And we have the animals installed in and throughout all of the different pathways in the park.
Somebody told me recently that some of the birds that are there are some of the original birds. Or not the original, but they were born somewhere else, and they've been there for many, many years.
Yeah, birds are, particularly parrots, can live up to 80 years or so. They can outlive their owners even. So we do have some birds that are middle-aged and above that, yeah.
And nowadays, do some of those birds have offspring? Any of the breeding over there now?
There has been some reproducing that has happened, yeah.
And yes, some pretty exotic birds.
We do have some pretty exotic birds. Our classic blue and gold macaw is everybody's favorite that you can see in our aviary. We actually feature an aviary called Manu. It's a walkthrough experience where the birds are free flying inside of it. It's inspired by the South American rainforest, and that's probably one of our main features as well in the park.
So when you look at all the animals that are, that's a pretty big obligation by the management and the staff, and the veterinarians to keep these critters healthy.
Yeah, it takes a whole animal care team, staff, and specialists.
And they have to care, or else they're not going to be there.
Yeah.
Right. And I think that people go into the healthcare for animals have to be especially brilliant to be able to figure out, right, what's wrong with that animal, because you can't quite tell them in words. Maybe they tell them in different ways.
And it's round-the-clock care, and we look after their natural habitat as well, their behavior, and overall care. Yeah.
So we're pretty close to the Everglades, and from right here, I think if we go 25 miles or less, we could be in the Everglades, maybe a little bit less. And you have sort of a habitat.
We do. We have a representation of the Everglades that focuses on Florida wildlife. It also allows guests to understand what the Everglades is, its purpose, and its environment in the region, and its conservation as well. Yeah.
So we know there's a crisis going on in the Everglades with the pythons and the critters that they eat, right? When people that care aren't quite sure ultimately what's going to happen, except for the biologists are having a tough time counting the two-legged friends that used to be there and the four-legged friends that aren't there anymore. And certainly when you go out and you can see the Everglades for the first time, really, other than just driving by, you say, oh, this is different.
Yeah.
And so when you walk down those pathways and you see the transition from one sort of setting to the next, are you still like amazed that it's set up like that? And in 3 minutes, you can move from over here to this next thing?
Every day. Our guests are amazed as well when they see the way the habitats are set up, or how do flamingos stay in there? They can fly, right? And we're like, yeah, actually they can. Not all their wings are going to be clipped eventually. They could migrate if they wanted to. They can fly long distances. And most people are always in awe or to find out that we have our own biodiversity within the water there in our Everglades.
Those flamingos are sort of like a pink orange.
Yes, they do.
Is that additive that does that, or is that a natural color?
It's an ingredient in their food. Their natural color is white.
And so they're able to change that. But that, and so it's really brilliant. And when you look at them, lots of times they're out there and they're walking around in the water and they're communicating with each other. Yeah. You ever watch them talk to each other?
We do. We watch all of the dynamics. We always keep a track of their behavior to make sure everything is operating as it should be and all their behaviors are how it should be. So we monitor that very closely. But it's amazing to watch. It's fun to watch. Flamingo have personalities, and you will see dynamics, especially in their hierarchy. There's always a leader in the group, and everything that surrounds that dynamic is always fun to watch. Yeah,
they lay eggs.
They do.
They lay
eggs. Yeah, they do. Our flamingo have reproduced on site.
That's wonderful. Yeah, that they feel comfortable enough to be able to do that.
Yeah,
and without, sometimes parents animals kill their babies because they feel really threatened.
Yeah.
See that with the lots of different critters. Let's talk about for the young kids. They're pretty amazed, but is there something that they can do that is on their level?
Absolutely. Even within the Luminosa installation, we have a kids interactive area. There's a life-size chess game that we have that they can play with. There is a piano, kind of like the one in the movie Big with Tom Hanks that lights up as you walk on it. We have an interactive piano as well for them out on the section where the ancient Egypt is located. We have an aerial adventure for them, treetop trekking, kids trek that they can also do. We have 2 playgrounds. We have Tree Walk Village that's got colorful tree houses, walking bridges and slides, and a few other things around the park, plus the shows. So there's a lot for them to get off their tablets and phones and just enjoy the moment in the presentations and everything that we have to offer at the park.
And the more older we get and the wiser we start recognizing as far as our tools, our phones and our laptops, and how we are so connected to that. Right? Yeah. And it uses a different part of the brain versus sitting there watching the animals.
This is a great way to get outdoors and just kind of disconnect and be within the moment.
When the dad says, leave your phones in the car except for mine. So let's talk about when you mentioned about the treetop aerial courses. Tell us about that.
That is our aerial adventure. It's so popular. We have many appointments throughout the day. We're able to get on this aerial ziplining and obstacle course that goes across the park. There are 3 levels, and the highest one takes you about 50 feet up in the air above the park. Mm-hmm. You can see the animals from below, and you can zip line right over our waterfall. So it's a really, really great
When you say zip line, they don't have to hold themselves there. Yeah, something is holding them there.
Something's holding them there, but you do have to have some power to swing across.
Right. I have the website address going across, but tell us the website address.
It's jungleisland.com. And also for a Luminosa, it's going to be luminosamiami.com.
So, Sandra, how long have you been there now?
I've been close to 3 years now.
So the big question is, 3 years ago, 1,000 days ago, you said, I'm looking for something new. Tell us about how it came that you wound up at Jungle Island.
I came from a completely different industry. I came from corporate America.
Wow.
I was working for mostly administrative departments.
Should I tell everybody you're wearing shorts now?
It's been a great transition to wear shorts nowadays and be outdoors. But I came from the wealth private investment sector, working for mostly administrative roles and departments. And right after COVID, I felt a little burnt out and I decided to change course and do something different with my life.
So what drew you to apply there?
I have been riding horses for some time. That's my animal background. I do English equestrian seasonally. And I thought, in my downtime now, I'm going to take a little break. Maybe I should just do some volunteer work at a stable. And I came across the ad for this job. Although I came in through their guest relations department, soon thereafter, I was able to acquire a position in their animal care department, which I got so lucky to do. And I haven't looked back since.
You look very happy and satisfied.
Yeah. I mean, animals are my passion. So you could say I'm in the right place.
You are. So let's talk about when you were really young, other than horses. Tell us about your experience with animals.
Wow. We had bunny rabbits over time, my family. We did have a dog, a couple of cats. So just the typical domestic animals. But one thing that we did do was go outdoors a lot. You know, we went to the beach a lot. Parks were a big thing, barbecues at the park. So you could say that, yeah, I was used to being outdoors and, you know, one with nature.
That's tremendous.
Yeah.
So when people go there with their kids, typically how long do they stay there?
2 to 3 hours is a good amount of time. Yeah.
And there's parking right there. Most of it's covered.
Parking right there.
Right?
It's covered parking. Yeah. It's covered
so in
parking.
case it snows, they won't have to worry about it.
In case it snows on the off occasion.
So do you happen to know how many acres Jungle Island is?
Not exactly the entire amount, but we are maybe using close to 2 miles of it right now on the property.
How many?
Close to 2 miles right now.
No
that
kidding.
we're using, yeah.
That's
and
tremendous.
it goes far beyond that.
So you love the animals. You like to see them interact.
Yes.
And the animals, you watch out for them so that you can protect them from each other.
From each other, yeah.
But sometimes obviously they get into a little hassle. So the flamingos can walk around.
They
right?
can walk
but
around.
they stay where they feel protected.
They stay where they are, yeah.
Yeah. So again, let's talk about on the bird aviaries.
Yeah.
But let's try to visualize that for people.
Oh, it's so wonderful. You can see the aviary from above, and then we have the walk-in experience. Like I said, the birds are free flying. Our guests are able to experience these birds up close and personal. It reflects and it's inspired by the South American rainforest, which is where most of those birds are from. So we have the classic blue and gold macaw that I mentioned earlier. We have green-winged macaws. We have other Amazon parrots.
More or less, how tall is that? More or less.
It's pretty tall in there. I would say close to over 40 feet for sure.
So it's a pretty big.
It's pretty large. Yeah, it's a pretty large walk-through area. It has a pond inside, and we actually have some yellow and redfoot tortoises walking along the ground. So you can walk in and around them as well. And it's just a really, really nice up-close experience.
And so you have small birds and big birds living in this pretty big space.
Yeah.
The small ones come over and talk to you?
They could, but generally they're just flying around or they're in the trees most of the time. Yeah.
So do you ever say to yourself, I know they're up in these trees somewhere, and then all of a sudden you see them and not camouflaged anymore.
Yeah, you can see them, and some of them are so beautifully colorful. Our green-winged macaws, our blue hyacinth is just so beautiful. It's one of our most beautiful birds.
Sort of royal blue with yellow.
Yeah, they're
pretty big birds.
Very, very gorgeous birds. Yeah. So it's very colorful in there with all of the different types of birds that we have.
Any crocodiles?
We don't have crocodiles.
Years ago,
at least not yet.
Years ago, I remember seeing, I think it was an albino one that was there. It was really extraordinary to see that you could have these critters and take good care of them, right?
Yeah.
And so everybody's happy as long as they had this big place to be able to do that.
Yeah.
So when you talk to your guests, what are some of the things that they say that they particularly like?
That they particularly like?
Yes.
They like how lush and peaceful the setting is. And the waterfall area is a favorite for most people to stand and look at. We have koi fish all over that area as well. But and it's all the animals. They're the showstoppers of the whole thing. They're always fascinated with how many animals we have. It's fascinating for them to see that we have parrots along the trail that are on a perch, not enclosed in anything. They're just out there freely as well. They're like, how do they stay up there? I'm like, well, they're pretty socialized. They've been doing it for a long time.
So they have no reason to go anywhere else.
They're fascinated when they're walking by and a bird says, hello. And they're like, all birds talk? And I'm like, yeah, actually they do. Maybe not on demand, but they can all talk. But yeah, the animals are definitely the showstopper. And we get questions everywhere all along the park, and we're happy to answer the questions for our guests as well.
So what time do you typically go into work?
I'm there a little bit before 9, 9 to 5.
So there you go. You walk in the door, you park your car over there, way away so you don't get in the way of your guests.
Yeah.
And you walk in. What's it the first hour like for you in the morning?
The first hour, I do a check on my section of the animals, which right now I oversee the reptile section with one of my colleagues, and check to see if everybody's got what they need. We do check on water, make sure they have water every day. So I'll do those rounds and I'll do that kind of check. Then we go into a meeting, a staff meeting in the morning, and then from there our day begins. The doors open at 9:30. We're open 9:30 to 5 during the day. And we'll start receiving our guests, and we start the encounters, probably our first encounters, animal encounters, probably like at 10 in the morning.
Tell us what sort of reptiles you have.
Wow. We have box turtles. We have a bearded dragon. We have several species of snakes. We have our show-stopping Burmese python and anaconda. Those are probably the most featured and most guests are fascinated to see. We also have some ball pythons as well, and boas.
Here is something extraordinary about people's fear of snakes.
Yeah.
No matter how small that snake is, there's something that somehow is in their brain that this serpent is going to like kill them. Right? not that the 60-pound dog will rip off your leg, but this little tiny guy, right?
Yeah.
Who is more frightened than you could ever be. Anybody ever talk about why they're so afraid of whatever animal it is?
A lot of people don't like what they consider to be creepy crawlies, or that they think they're slimy. It's a real fear. It's a real fear. We see it all the time. I myself had to get used to handling snakes. I had not ever handled reptiles until I came to Jungle Island. But education, I think, is key. Once I found out, studied, and realized their real behavior, or why they have this natural habitat, or why they do certain things, the more you understand, the less fear you're going to have. So I think education is key.
And it's a great response to life itself.
Yeah.
And so in this case, it's with the animals.
Yeah.
And it's interesting because if there was a big tiger, right, and people look at it, they go, well, he's behind over there, right, and it's okay. We'll put a snake over there, so we know there's something deep that that's in there. So again, let's go over your event, Luminosa 2025. That's in the evening. What time's that start?
At 7 o'clock. Right. Doors open around 6:30.
The sun is down, ready for it, and there are almost 60,000 LED lights.
Yes.
There are 35, 37, 40 different scenes.
Yeah.
There.
Yeah.
How many people does that take to put on?
For installation and everything?
Well, during the show, how many people are there, as far as staff?
As far as staff, probably 50 people or so, for sure. Wow. Yeah.
So Jungle Island really is tremendous, all right?
Yeah.
And it really is, when people want to be entertained over the holidays, and plenty after as well, all right? They can go there again. So you have parking right on the
parking is right
there. And if you're going to Miami Beach from downtown, it's on the left. You get to turn around, and on the right hand side, what's there? The Children's Museum.
The Children's Museum, yeah.
And that's great. I'm very happy for you, Sandra. Thank you very much for being here.
Thank you so much for having me.
And Merry Christmas and Happy Holidays to you.
Happy holidays.
And we're going to look right over to this camera right here. And I'm going to remind people about the Disney rule, which is when you hug someone, don't stop until they do. Thanks for joining us. Have a great day.